All right, so here's the deal. We have, for a long time, been very fortunate to have someone's presence on the show. When things were going crazy all over the place, there was a solid foundation that would come in on the show, and they were very, very talented and kept the show going while there was all this turmoil, my health issues, other people with the contract disputes and things of that nature, all going on. And throughout that process, we knew that the man had a dream. And while this person was talking about all the while they were on the air and we would share our lives, the person talked about how they came up in the industry and the far reaches that they had worked in these crap jobs and crap places that they had done with the ultimate goal of at one point achieving a certain job. And so when it was announced that there was going to be a shakeup at Nesson and that Jack Edwards was retiring after his great career, we all said, well, it only makes sense that the Judge Surratt goes up to the TV and there's only one name that anyone wants for the radio job. And now, why does this person deserve the radio job? Well, like I just said, they've called Providence Bruins. This is all off the top of my head. They've done minor league baseball in parts of the country that you would not. Lots of inbreeding. They had that. He will tell you tales of the oddities that he's seen. But nonetheless, has there ever been anyone more deserving for a job? Anyone who's craved a job? And to all of you out there who have a dream job, I'm not being sarcastic. This is a great, great story because it's a story of a lot of people would have given up. A lot of people would have said, I can't do it. I got to get something more stable. I'm not, I'm doing part-times at a station in Boston. I'm working at a station in Lowell. I need something more. But this guy didn't. It was a perseverance. And it's a really, really great story. And a really, really, really good story for everyone to hear. Because if you have a dream, just don't quit it. You can get it. Time can go by. The amount of time, what better thing do you have to do than going after your dream? So, ladies and gentlemen, I think you can put two and two together by now, but if not, I would like to introduce to you right now the new voice of your Boston Bruins on the radio, Mr. Ryan Johnston.
Hey, yeah! Thank you very much, guys.
Good for you, Ryan.
Yes, so this... I do mean it, man. This is like a great story. Like, it's a story that I've told my kids is that, you got out of college and then you immediately started doing play-by-play stuff, right?
Yeah, about 6 months out of college, and I wasn't working yet. Didn't know what I was going to be doing, something in sports, and ended up in North Dakota doing play-by-play.
All right. And so you do North Dakota play-by-play. Where else have you done play-by-play before?
So I did that for close to 2 years, and that's when I moved to Massachusetts and got the job in the American Hockey League in Lowell, and have spent 9 years doing that with 4 summers doing baseball on top of it, and then I ended up here.
Yep. And so how long so far has your career been, like from college to now?
So, well, I started in Lowell 24 years ago. So that was kind of the start of my pro hockey career. So it's been 24 years.
Wow. So 24 years, Ryan has been waiting for this opportunity. He has been just showing his talent over and over again. And now the announcement has been made. This is the dream job, right?
This is the dream job. It's, when I started out 24 years ago, it was, let's get to the NHL. By the time I stopped in the AHL and started working here, it was, I don't want to go to LA. I don't want to go to, insert team here. I want to be in Boston. I want to be with this franchise. And so this is, I've applied for jobs elsewhere, haven't gotten one, but this was the one that I always wanted.
Oh, how much did they make you sweat it out? After
a lot.
A lot. After they made the Surratt announcement, they made you twist a little bit, didn't they?
Listen, there has to be a process from a legal standpoint.
Oh,
but
tell
also,
me all about it.
But also, listen, this is one of maybe 5 dozen jobs of this caliber in the world. So there should be a process.
Yeah,
it shouldn't just be handed down like a hand-me-down pair of pants or something like that.
But that all speaks to how deserving and how qualified and how true it is that you were meant to do this job. And out of all the people out there, because I'm guessing hundreds of applicants, and some of them really qualified people.
Oh, I know. There's NHL guys that wanted the job.
Yes, because it's for the Boston Bruins. It's doing radio in a market where the radio call absolutely 100% matters. It doesn't in every market, but it matters here. It's an original 6 team, and it is something that so many people wanted and probably could make, a really strong case for. But the fact is, you came out on top because you were the best guy for the job. The fact that we thought it and believed it and knew it early on doesn't make it any less of an accomplishment. So congratulations, Ryan. I don't know that anyone other than the people who wanted the job are not going to be happy for you, and just say across the board, excellent decision, right choice. It's going to be awesome.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I know you guys have been very supportive. A lot of people here have been very supportive of me. And a lot of the listeners have been very supportive of me over the course of the last few months. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, because this probably doesn't happen without a lot of people pushing for me.
Well, it's for good reason. I mean, you're very talented. Would you like to hear what Dan Roach has to say via text?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow,
well, let's start with the important part. Nicely said, Fred. Can we all agree with that?
How many emojis? How many exclamation points?
Not to mention, I mean, Fred did, as he pointed out several times this morning, manage to keep this secret since yesterday.
I've kept the secret since yesterday, but I've known for a while.
But also on top of that, you, the soothsayer that you are, put this out there into the ether months ago that Judd would go to TV and I would get the radio job.
If everyone would listen to my suggestions, everyone would be a lot more successful. It says, nicely said, Fred, and a huge congrats to you, Ryan. Had me tearing up listening to you.
Of course.
So happy for you. You are an inspiration to all of us, my friend. And there are
the best.
6 exclamation points to your knowledge.
Any emojis? There's always an emoji.
No. He had to spit that out while we were on the air. He wanted that read live.
Roachie, who got me a cake for my 100th appearance on this show last year.
I remember.
Well, that's kind of a kick in my balls, isn't it?
Great. But that is also like the downside of this. How happy we all are and how awesome it is, but lose a big component of the show because.
Or do we?
I don't. Do you think if we need a last minute fill in that Ryan is?
I don't even know about
doing
that.
A hockey game the night before.
No, but I think Ryan would be a weekly guest if he would be so kind.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think Ryan will be on the show quite a bit. Our relationship with Ryan, this strengthens our relationship with Ryan.
We'll have to negotiate that, but yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah. Because we gave Surratt billions. And you're not getting a sweetheart Jaffe deal. Why? Because I've known Jaffe. Hardy, go ahead.
Oh, for a couple of years at least.
No, far more than that. We're talking a couple decades.
You didn't know him in Atlanta, did you?
I did, and that's the twist.
Oh,
so you're not getting a sweetheart Jaffe deal because you haven't been in the posse long enough. But no, Ryan will obviously during the season we'd love to have you.
Yeah,
especially on the West Coast to wake you up.
Zoom in from LA like I.
Yeah, exactly. Especially 3 a.m. LA time. Why not? Well, Ryan, listen, it really is something that is inspirational to people. I don't say these things lightly. Like, it really is an inspiring story. It is one of those things that if you keep your eye on a dream and a goal and you don't get deterred and you just keep focused, that dreams can come true. Well, it is an example of a dream coming true.
And this is, Ryan, tell me if you've thought about this too, because you actually got to call Bruins games. We're going to hear some of, if people did not hear you in the past calling Bruins games before we are done here in a couple minutes, we'll give people a refresher of what you sound like and what it's going to sound like going forward. But it's not like you're going to get this job and you have to wonder whether or not it's everything you thought it would be, because you've been there and you still pursued it, because once you did it a handful of times, I'm guessing that you knew, oh, it's everything I thought it would be, and now I want it that much more.
Yeah, I mean, there was part of me that, I think back, the first game I ever called in the NHL was very memorable game. Yeah. It was the night of the Wing Bowl, as a matter of fact.
Canadians, right?
I was supposed to be at the Wing Bowl, and instead got a call from our boss at the time that first thing in the morning and said, we need you to fill in for the game tonight. It was against Montreal, 8-6 Bruins. There was like 200-plus penalty minutes. There was the Tim Thomas, Carey Price goalie fight. That was my first game in the NHL, and it was like I walked away from that saying, if I never do it again, like if I never call another game in the NHL, at least I got to do it. I got to do it once, and it was an amazing experience, and the game could not have been more exciting. But yeah, from that point on, it's also like I want to keep doing that, and I've gotten a chance, not just that time, but I filled in a few times here and there. I filled in for Judd a few years ago.
Yep.
For a 3-game stretch, and it's just every time you get to do it, it's like this is magic. It's like I want to be doing this every single game, and that's what I get to do now.
Yeah, I mean this man has been to Idaho though, so not everything is champagne and roses. I mean, he has experienced a bus ride in rural
Idaho.
2
days in a row about Idaho. You've never been there.
No,
I will. It could be lovely.
I have never actually been to Idaho. That is one of the few places that I have not been.
I thought you said Idaho earlier.
North Dakota.
What do I know?
North Dakota, close enough.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah,
the same things are illegal there that are in any of those places. You just point to them politically. You'd think they'd be a lot more free. All right, listen. Ryan, congratulations. It was great news to hear finally.
Yes.
It was something that we believed was going to happen for a long time. And so, Ryan, congratulations, sir.
Thank
you. Look forward to hearing you this season and many seasons beyond as your radio voice of the Boston Bruins, Ryan Johnston. And Hardy, we're going to go into break hearing some of Ryan call the Bruins in the past. Ryan, congratulations.
Congrats again, Hardy.
Hey. Appreciate it, guys.
We will be right back. If you like that clip, check out more videos from Toucher and Hardy here. For more Bruins analysis and opinion, hit this playlist.